Hey folks, how are you? Adam Wheeler here, horticulture manager at Broken Arrow Nursery. I want to take a few minutes today and just showcase a few of my very favorite shrubs for fall interest. And the first one I thought we'd talk about is the oak leaf hydrangeas, Hydrangea quercifolia, which is right behind me. Oak leaf hydrangeas are natives of the southeastern United States. They top out somewhere around 5 to maybe 8 feet tall in our climate. As you can see, they tend to be wide shrubs. Always tending to get wider than they are tall. Oak leaf hydrangea shows off awesome flowers during the summertime, white cone-shaped flowers that will age through burgundies and eventually dry this kind of tan color on the plants. Here at the nursery we grow a whole pile of different cultivars. Many of them have different habits or slightly different flower structures. We have one called Ruby Slippers, which is a compact cultivar from the National Arboretum, and it tops out around 4 or 5 feet tall. We also have one called Snowflake, which has beautiful, very elegant double flowers. All of them in the autumn turn a really kind of magical burgundy purple color. Really long-lived fall color. This is going to last all the way through Thanksgiving. So that's really the prime fall feature, is the fall color display. As well as, I guess, these dried flowers which persist into the winter time as well. So oak leaf hydrangeas. So next up is Seven Suns flower, Heptacodium myconioides. Typically this is grown as a large shrub, but it can also be trained into a small tree, which you can see here. We like to train it as a single stem tree because it really shows off the bark character, this beautiful white exfoliating bark. It's an excellent summer and fall interest plant. Still reasonably uncommon in the industry, but we're big proponents of it. In summertime into fall, you get beautiful, highly fragrant white flowers that you can see here. They're sweetly fragrant and pleasant in the summertime. And then after that's done, you get a crop of these seed capsules that are backed by red calyces. And it's almost like having a completely separate bloom time. These red calyces will stay in color all the way into the end of October, if not early November in good seasons. So flowers come on in July, and then all the way through these red calyces carries you through October. So really long season of interest. Culturally, the plants are super easy. Average garden soils, they'll take some drought once established. You're gonna get better flower and fruit production in full sun scenarios. Ultimate size as a shrub is probably about 15 to 18 feet tall. If you train it as a single stem tree, you can get upwards of 20 or 25 feet in height. Another awesome shrub for fall interest are the Fothergillas. This is Fothergilla X intermedia Mount Airy, a hybrid Fothergilla that is a hybrid between two of our North American native species, Fothergilla major and Fothergilla gardeniae. Mount Airy forms a shrub about 5 to 8 feet tall, tends to have somewhat upright branching, and gets white flowers in spring, in May. They kind of look like a bottle brush. Beyond that, you get nice clean foliage through the growing season and some of the most incredible fall color that you can get on a shrub. Scarlets, oranges, yellows, burgundies, kind of all blended together at peak display. We're in late September right now. This particular plant will start coloring up in the coming weeks, and that will carry all the way into November. So Mount Airy is kind of the classic cultivar that is pretty widely available in the industry. We also carry one called Blue Shadow, which has a really fun powder blue foliage throughout the growing season. I love this color and contrast during the summer months. And then in autumn, it picks up really nice fall colors that are comparable to what I just described for the street species. In the garden, these plants perform in full sun conditions or part shade. Excellent plants in a woodland kind of position. They're not super picky about soil quality, though they're going to grow best in a evenly moist, fertile, but well-drained scenario. One of the all-stars for the autumn garden for fruit displays are the calocarpas, or the beauty berries. Hard to beat these metallic purple fruit at this time of the year. This is Calocarpa dichotoma early amethyst, which is a early fruiting purple variety of beauty berry. Has a very graceful arching framework. Tops out somewhere around 5 or 6 feet high. up to 8 feet in width. The fruit will start to color in September, and it will persist all the way into late November in good seasons. Calocarpa dichotomous is one of the more graceful options that's out there. It has this arching framework of branches, very easy to grow. Average garden soil is just fine. Full sun conditions will give you the greatest amount of scent. We grow about 5 or 6 different cultivars of beautyberry here at the nursery. Another one we grow is Calocarpa japonica variety leucocarpa, or sometimes listed under the name albo fructus, which has white fruit coupled with green leaves. And that white color accent is really nice in the autumn landscape as well. We also have a few options with multicolored foliage. This is Calocarpa dichotomous splashy, which has white splashed leaves. There's not a lot of fruit set on this particular plant, but it is a knockout when you get this white foliage coupled with those metallic purple fruit. And then the fruit will persist past leaf drop. So beautyberries, take a look at those for adding that fall interest to your landscape. Next up we have winterberry holly, Ilex verticillata, one of my very favorite native shrubs for fall interest. Winterberry holly is native up and down the eastern seaboard, and native actually in our own backyard here at the nursery. These are shrubs that can get upwards of 8 to 12 feet tall. They kind of have a suckering constitution, a little bit like what a common lilac does, if you know what a common lilac does. All these plants are going to thrive in full sun conditions, tolerant of wet sites, though they're adaptable to drier positions once established. Hollies are well known for their fall fruit display, and winterberry holly does it as good as any of them. Lots and lots of big crops of these red fruit is what we typically see with the native straight species. Easy to grow, happy in a whole diversity of garden scenarios, and absolutely awesome for that red fruit display. The fruit will start coloring in early September, and it will often last past the new year in a kind season. Also really good for cut stems if you want to try to do that kind of thing. All hollies are dioecious, which means that they have separate male and female plants. So if you want to get the really prolific fruit, you need to make sure that you have a suitable male pollinator close by. A lot of people are familiar with the red fruited cultivars, and we grow a bunch of these, but there are also some different colored fruit options. This is one called Roberta Case, which has like a bright, almost canary yellow fruit color. There's also one that we carry called Winter Gold, which has kind of an apricot orange fruit color. We also carry a unique one that we introduced ourselves called Sunsplash, which has gold and green variegated foliage coupled with the red fruit. I like this a lot because it gives some different opportunity in the garden. So most of these classic varieties are going to be late season interest plants, but with the colored foliage, kind of brings it into into new dimensions. It offers seasonal interest in the summertime as well as in the fall.